stand on here, do I? Well, hello. A microphone? No, it's a bit short.
Is that row over there?
Yes, okay. Do I stand on here? No, I can't because it's not tall enough.
Off. No, you can.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very good to be here. I know, yeah, I did get held up, people. Well, citizens, comrades, subjects of the United Kingdom, he used to be my brother, and now I am his brother. In the last week or so, the United Kingdom has changed. And the politics of the United Kingdom and Europe has changed. And it will change more. And that is a good thing. Now, my brother, Jeremy Corbyn, is the best politician around to play a crucial role in leading negotiations to get the best deal from the Brexit and fight for a fairer Britain. The Tories and Tony Blair do not want a fairer Britain. What they want is continuation of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. We must stop them. It's now clear that the ruling elites across the country and across Europe and the world have more in common with each other than they do with their own people. Which is why they're doing all they can to defeat and remove my brother, because he stands for you against them. The attacks on him about Brexit are just an excuse. As you just heard, this type of thing has been planned for a long time, and this specific coup was planned 10 months ago. They just kept postponing it because they didn't have the forces together. And if you look at the so-called complaints made, the fact is that of Labour voters in the Brexit, 62% voted to remain. In Scotland, the Scottish National Party, 63% voted to remain. So they say Jeremy's vote was a failure and the SNP was a success. Just 1% in it. Now come on, let's get real. If they're serious, Nicola Sturgeon must go! The reason why the Blairites are moving now is because they're getting desperate. This is their, well, it was their last chance before Chilcot. They're still going to try and stop Chilcot somehow. It's also their last chance before certain Plido claims come out again for certain members of both parties. Now, where are the plotters? Where are the plotters? It seems like the Labour coup has turned into a chicken coop. We had Angela Eagle announcing she was going to stand and she took off. But she hasn't landed. The Eagle never landed. Maybe she's on her way to Scotland to do an easier task, get rid of Nicola Sturgeon. How about that? Because I think when the chips are down, she doesn't have the mass support of the people there. But anyway, that's her business. She's not going to land. She's still flying, and she'll probably never land. And the BBC's embarking on what I would call a Project Chaos. Any confusion they will cause, they can cause. Anything they can make a mess of, they will. They want to hide Chilcot. They want to fudge the Brexit negotiations to go sort of half in, half out or something. But I would say to you, whichever way you voted, the important thing is defend the referendum. Because if they get away with changing this, they'll get away with changing anything. Now, those of you who voted Remain will have had certain ideas of what you wanted Britain to be like. But you should fight for those same things in the Brexit negotiations. That's right. You go there, defend the referendum and say, we want to make sure workers' rights are defended. We want to keep our own laws at defending workers' rights. We want to defend personal rights. We want any rights that were in the EU carried over to us. Whereas, of course, Tories and Blair might well have wanted to remove them in Brexit. Who knows? That's what they're after. And the European Union, under the TTIP, the Transatlantic Trade and Industrial Partnership, is a device to deindustrialise the United Kingdom and asset strip the United Kingdom at the behest of Wall Street. That is what it's about. And if they won't do it in the EU, they'll try one outside the EU. We've got to be there to resist them. We have to defend democracy. And I urge you, join the Labour Party. Go in there. Vote. Yeah, okay.
No, seriously.
Yeah, okay.
How soft is the momentum going through the Labour Party now? As far as I can see, right, it's getting softer and softer.
No. Well, 60,000... Yeah.
You can talk it up.
Okay, sure, no.
The only thing that matters.
Yes, it is. You have to go in there, people like you, to make sure it stays firm. Okay, you have to go in there to stay firm.
I'm just interested.
Okay, and look.
You're an anarchist who owns his own ladder.
Yeah.
Bourgeois
All right.
anarchist.
So, let me finish. 60,000 people have joined the party since in the last 2 weeks. I suggest you do it too. And the Blairites have already been seen off in Parliament, maybe temporarily. If they come again in the workplaces and to attack our rights, we will fight them. When they come to demolish our estates and asset strip the country, we will fight them. Wherever they come, we will fight them.
You fight them, Mr. Corbyn, I'm right behind you.
10 miles. Thank you very much. All right.
We are on your side.
What do the sunspots say about the chances of your brother's career going on for much more than a few weeks?
Sunspot.
Well, as I said at my brother's birthday party, I made the shortest speech I've ever made. I said, the summer will be wild weather-wise and wild politically.
Spot on.
I was spot on, as a member of the audience here spontaneously said.
You were sunspot on.
Sunspot on. Any more? Any more questions? Who's going to speak next then? You want to speak? You want to speak, madam?
I used to.
You're used to?
I used to speak.
Well, have a go. Thank you very much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I used to speak in this park many years ago, and then I moved to the United States and I faced a different reality. There is impossible to have a crowd. They are not used to meetings made up at the moment. But what I believe mostly is that it cannot carry on like this, with the division between the north of the world and the south. We are fat, obese, sloppy. The south are skinny, starving, and poor. A divided world is a world of war, famine, disease, overpopulation, because the poorest they are, the more children they have, and is a world that cannot carry on this pathway. But I believe that there can be solutions. For example, personally, at my old age, I still go for and after American military installation to have them closed down. In Italy, it took us almost 9 years to have 2 installations shut down after protest, and we had to carry weapons because the Americans have snipers on sites. So it's a very dangerous type of political activity. But if you are an activist, you have to act fearlessly on the command of your conscience. Your conscience always knows when something is wrong, and you have to counteract. And I believe that communism is strictly the result has been produced by capitalism and greed. If capitalism were no problem, wouldn't become a giant mega corporation, 99% of people enslaved physically and mentally, communism would have never come into existence. When you have a world where capitalism is creating 99% slaves, also mentally slaves, then you automatically have, on the name of self-preservation, you have communism as a response.
Are you a Labour Party member by any chance?
No, I'm not party, I'm not in any party.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please do go ahead and subscribe. The subscribe button should be on the right. Share, comment and like. Especially give it a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Guys, we've got tons more videos just like this, and you'll find another free video just underneath, just about there. Okay, so you can go ahead and click on any one of those videos and enjoy as many as you want, guys. Alright, but please do remember to like, subscribe and please do share. Take care now. See you in the next video. Bye bye.